Kinko's, this is Danny. Can I help you? Sure. Yes, we do. All night. Bye.
My, we are eager to answer the phone tonight. Do you think the owner's gonna call? Danny, you can relax, man, because he's fast asleep.
Just serving the customer, Nathan. She had questions, I had answers.
I don't suppose this new work ethic extends to the supply room, does it? We need some things.
No thanks, I'll man the front desk, answer the phones.
I guess I should be glad you'll do anything.
Kinko's, this is Danny. Can I help you? Hi. No, this is fine. Call me here for those early morning assignments. So, where do I go today? Wait. They want me to dress as a what? What do you mean, a prince? Listen, I'm not an actor. I'm a guy in a tuxedo. I don't have the costumes to be a prince. Or a king. Or a clown. Where do I pick them up? Downtown, 9 o'clock. Bye.
Tough customer, huh?
I buy newspapers every day, and I naturally buy the two largest serving newspapers of the city, the Boston Globe and the Boston Herald. But what I truly love are our weekly community newspapers that really focus on the city of Cambridge, which is where I live.
I mainly go right to the business section, and then after that maybe the metro. But I like to see what the indicators are saying, all the smart people are saying, just to kind of be in the know, in the flow of the money.
International news, and then I'll go to Metro News and sports.
I usually pick up whatever is available, not particular in terms of any brands or anything like that. I travel a lot, so whether it's the Miami Herald or the Chicago Tribune or USA Today, doesn't make that much difference.
I like public radio broadcast. It's good coverage, good explanations of the news, facts behind the headlines in greater detail than the newspaper sometimes, and ahead of the newspaper too.
I think newspapers are the best. I think probably on the bottom end of the scale is TV, because it's more entertainment.
I listen to a lot of radio, and especially the public radio. I like the reporting in depth. That's where I get most of my news. And then the TV.
When you pick up newspapers, whether it's, these particular newspapers, you would think that we're the only country on this planet. Once in a while you pick up something in Bosnia or whatever, but for the most part it's very slanted to U.S.
Richard, hello. I hope I haven't kept you waiting very long.
No, we just arrived.
Okay.
Nancy, this is Constanza Fuentes. Constanza, my wife Nancy.
I'm so pleased to meet you. Listen, let's go upstairs. I'd love to show you around. Is it Nancy Hobart, or did you keep your own name?
It's Hobart. I took Richard's name when we got married.
Oh, I took my husband's name too, but that was a long time ago. These days, many women don't.
At the time, it was more trouble to keep my own name than to change it to his. So we gave mine to our daughter as a middle name.
Your daughter is Beth, right?
Elizabeth Jane Ellis Hobart.
Oh, it's beautiful. It sounds like an author's name, doesn't it?
I think it sounds like an attorney's name.
And what does Beth think?
She'd like to think it's the name of a great tennis player.
I'm glad to hear it. You know, the families of candidates are often in the public eye, and some kids have a hard time with it. But perhaps that daughter of yours wouldn't mind it so much.
We'll see. It's all very new to her, the idea of her father as a celebrity.
Nancy?
A minor celebrity.
Oh no, Nancy. We are going to have a celebrity? Let's do it in a big way. Let's have a star.
Hello. Didn't you hear me knock?
Hi, Mom. I'm sorry. I'm a little preoccupied.
What's wrong?
I can't find my keys. I'm always losing them.
Do you remember what I did when you were little?
What?
In the winter, you were always losing your gloves, and so I would attach them to your sleeves with little clips. It generally worked, although sometimes you still managed to lose them. Don't ask me how.
Well, I wish I could slip my keys to my sleeves.
Maybe you're pregnant.
Mother.
I was always very absent-minded when I was pregnant.
I was not absent-minded. I constantly craved cheeseburgers.
That's right.
Cheeseburgers? Hi, Grammy. I didn't know you were here today.
Well, I usually get my hair done on Wednesdays, but my stylist is on vacation this week, so I decided to visit. Come here, sweetheart. How are you?
Good.
Have you decided what you want to do for your birthday?
We're having a party here, then I'm going out with my friends.
That sounds terrific.
Yeah. So are you staying for dinner?
Why don't you? We're planning to get takeout if I can ever find my...
Mom, why are your keys in the fruit bowl?
Right here. Where have you been?
Right here, by the entrance to Saks, where we agreed to meet.
We said near the entrance to Saks. I was near the entrance to Saks, on the other side.
That's not near the entrance, that's near the escalator.
I was looking for you.
Yeah. You would have walked right by me if I hadn't seen you. Here, hold this. I want to check something.
What am I, a closet? What, you buy everything but the kitchen sink?
Don't start, Joe. There. See? It fits. It's very nice with your eyes. Are you satisfied? So, what did you do?
I went up to the drugstore and had a blood pressure test.
Blood pressure. You think you have high blood pressure?
Well, I've been wondering about it. Besides, the test was free.
Why do you think you have high blood pressure?
Marie.
How long have you thought this? Why do you never tell me these things?
Marie.
You didn't tell me about your bifocals. You don't tell me about your blood pressure. If you wore a hat, I wouldn't know you were bald.
Let's go. I'm exhausted.
How can you be tired? You just took a nap.
I started out, as a young man in California going to, local history museums about the history of the little town in California that I was raised in. I always liked them.
Well, I've been going to museums all my life. I was brought up to do those kinds of things. Listen to opera at home, go to museums. It was all part of my upbringing.
I think it's just a break from the everyday, the madness of the streets and people in your face all the time, and it's very quiet in there, and taking a little time to think about things other than the daily routine.
I go to all kinds of museums. I go to the Museum of Fine Arts regularly, and I like to go to small, funky museums, and I like to go and see special exhibits, and I go all the time.
You get to see different ways people express themselves, whether it's sculpture, or folk art, or science, or fine art painting, or whatever.
It gets me in touch a little bit with, I think, what it means to be human by looking at great achievements of past humans and human civilizations, which is something which I enjoy a lot. It's something to aspire towards, I think, oftentimes, and I think if we understand these things, we can understand the present a lot better.
I'm happier when I'm in a museum than any place in the world that I can think of, but it's also like reading a book for me. I guess it's a quick way to learn new information.
And she doesn't want any rugs. Yvonne, Clara may be our strangest client ever.
She's not so bad.
You must be joking.
Hey, she knows what she wants, and she can pay for it. What's the problem?
She doesn't know what she wants. She can't have known. She's been through a dozen designers.
Nan, she's not that hard to read. We may not like what we read, but she is the boss.
That's another thing. We're freelance. We're supposed to be our own bosses.
Freelance just means everyone is your boss. But I'm still glad I left my old job. I'd rather have a crazy rich lady tell me what to do than an office full of state attorneys. Thank you.
Richard was not a bad boss.
No, but some of the others could have been prison guards. Anyway, who would you rather look at? A state house lawyer or Antonio?
Please, Antonio is very strange.
Nan, it's an interesting project. She's paying us for our time. We'll do a good job.
I guarantee she will change her mind about what she wants.
She might.
She will.
Danny, this is a wonderful meal. Please, come and live with me.
Do you think he does this all the time? Lisa, you see how he lives. Ask Hannah if she wants to sing to our level.
This is unusually civilized.
It's not often I make my sauce.
I want to know if this is your mother's sauce.
The basic recipe is the same, but I put in a few things my mother would not approve of. I broke a couple of the rules.
Your mother has rules about spaghetti sauce?
Of course.
My mother's rules are about clothes.
Like what?
Like skirt length, no minis.
Bummer.
Bummer.
In high school, she'd always ask me if I intended to leave the house that way.
She must have been surprised the first time you came home from college.
Oh, yes.
My parents sure were. My dad has one rule, be practical. And I changed my major from business to theater arts. Oh well.
Besides, Danny, you're using that theatrical stuff in your job now.
Oh yeah! It's always a show down at the copy place.
How's your film coming, Michael? Are you breaking any rules?
I don't think so. My advisor asked me who my major influence has been. I told him it changes every week. I haven't even found the rules yet. Well, you'll know what to do when you find them. Break them!
Richard, if your dinners are like this every night, I'm going to be a very jealous man.
Oh, absolutely. 5 courses, candlelight.
It is so easy to please Richard.
Sorry, guys. I've been here. I've seen the Chinese food cartons.
I told you he was easy to please. Any food will make Richard happy.
You're lucky, Nancy. I cook, and half the time he's too tired to eat.
We eat too late.
You don't get home until 8 o'clock.
So, you guys have been putting in a lot of hours?
Who isn't?
Really? Well, I bought a lottery ticket.
Uh-oh. What happened to my practical partner?
What do you all want when I win? Douglas, honey, you and I are taking a cruise.
Is it too much to ask for a new sailboat?
You got it, Joe.
I'll have one too.
No. No, Richard. Yvonne should make a big contribution to your campaign.
No. Hey, we have not yet decided that.
What haven't you decided?
If Richard is going to run for Attorney General.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't know. I guess Joe was too busy to tell me. I'm sorry, dear. Was that your foot?
Joe, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
That's it, Clara. We hope you like it.
Wonderful. Thank you. I love what you've done. Now, there are a few things I've been thinking about. Some of my original ideas were not quite right. For instance, the library as a gentleman's club, I don't like that anymore. And the hallway furniture will have to change. The guest room, the maid's rooms, Antonio's dressing room. And this color scheme strikes me as a little dull. Antonio's suggestion is to paint this, Now, I know that today alone I have handed you 2 months of work. But I do so want to stay on our original schedule. Could you come back in a few weeks?
No problem.
No problem.
Let me get this straight. The company is selling vitamins.
Right.
And vitamins come from a natural source.
No, some vitamins do. These do not, but the label says they're natural.
This sounds familiar. Didn't we have a case like it a couple of years ago?
The bottled water company.
Yeah. They were bottling tap water and calling it mineral water.
It's the same company.
What? We won that case.
They're in a new business. Vitamins.
No. Let's pursue this one and put an end to it. Companies that do this should not be in business.
Okay. That's it. Time to go home.
Joe, one more thing.
Yes.
Nancy and I have talked about it a lot, and I am going to run for office. I won't announce it for a while, but I wanted you to know.
I appreciate that, Richard. Good luck.
Don't forget to tell Marie.
Right.
Are you surprised?
No, but it won't be easy, Richard. I always say that leaders are born, but elected officials are very carefully manufactured.
I know.
Let me know if there's anything I can do.
Thanks, Joe. Manufactured, huh?
Nothing personal.
Hey, you. You left laundry in the dryer. You're supposed to do the whole load yourself, start to finish.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
So, what do you think of Dad's plans?
It's cool, I guess, if he wants to do it. Why now?
Well, it happens when you make a name for yourself.
But he was just doing his job, right?
Pretty funny, huh? He was doing it so well, he's on the news.
Will we be on the news?
Yes, I think so. At some point. And some people may ask you a lot of questions. You have to decide for yourself whether to answer them. But you can always come to us and talk about it. You know that, right?
Yeah. I just hope they don't get totally invasive.
We'll keep things as normal as possible for ourselves. At least here at home. Speaking of which, I am going to the pool tomorrow morning. Do you want to go swimming with me?
Yes. Oh, what time?
Early, early, early.
Oh.
Oh, come on. It'll be fun. We can be in the water by 7:30 in the morning.
Mom, you're crazy.
Don't make me go all by myself.
Leave at 10 and then I'll go with you.
10? 8 o'clock.
9.
8:30, final offer. And breakfast at the tasty diner afterwards.
Deal.
Good. Sleep tight. It got cold so quickly.
3 messages.
I'm going to heat up some apple cider. Do you want some?
Yes, please.
Hello, Richard and Nancy. This is Constanza Fuentes calling. I wonder if you have plans for the evening of the 17th. We are having a get-together, quite small. Give me a call at 555-8947.
Do we have plans?
Now we do.
Beth, are you there? Pick up. I have by far the best news for you. And his initials are SB. Call me.
Who was that?
Justine, Beth's friend.
What is she?
I'm fairly sure it has to do with the boy.
Hello. This is a message for Richard and Nancy Hobart. Heather Vielo of WBNN here. We've heard a rather interesting rumor. I wonder if you'd like to give us your reaction. My number is 555-4424. Call anytime.
I'd rather not. It's all yours.
I'm usually up at night really late, but I like getting up really early and having a full day.
It's more exciting at night and more things to do in the day. It's just kind of like you get the things done that you need to, and then you go out at night and you go and do more fun things.
We've just come from dinner, and we went to see a great band, and went dancing.
I used to be a night person because I used to work at night, but I don't work at night anymore, so now I'm definitely a day person. This is late for me to be up, you know? It used to 2 or 3 in the morning before was not a problem. Now, 11 o'clock at night, I'm in bed.
I'm a night person. I don't like to wake up. I wake up in the mid-afternoon sometimes, depends on what I have to do, so, I mean, I'm up all hours.
It's easier to be awake during the night because there aren't as many people around and it's more comfortable. And there's a lot more things to do than there is to do in the daytime in the sense of fun activities, such as like going to clubs or even to the movies.
Usually stay up late, reading, writing, thinking.
We're one of the only places that is open at night in the whole metropolitan area of Boston, where you can get food late at night after the bars let out. So all of the young people, all of the college students, all come here when they've done drinking. Here the bars close fairly early in Boston. They close 1, 2 o'clock. And they come here and we just cook food as fast and as furiously as possible.
Nathan, did you read this story about bungee jumping?
No, I've been collating these papers since we got here. But I have done it.
Bungee jumping? Are you kidding?
A friend of mine dared me. He said if I actually did it, he'd pay for it.
So you've thrown yourself off a building with nothing but a big rubber band to hold you above the ground?
Yes, I have. But it was a bridge, not a building.
Do you do things like this all the time?
Occasionally.
Don't you think it's strange?
What?
That this is how you relax. People in this article bungee jump and mountain climb and skydive. What happened to Checkers?
Haven't you ever done something just for the thrill of it?
Of course, but if I want to relax, I want it to be calm and peaceful.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah?
Is your work here fast-paced?
No.
Would you call your home life a thrill a minute?
No.
How's the social life?
You've made your point, Nathan.
Maybe you've had too much peace and quiet, Danny. Maybe you need to do something a little different.
Maybe. Nathan, I gotta go. See you later.
Danny? Man, I'll jump off a bridge, but you're the brave one.
Can I help you out there?
It's very nice of you.
Get the ones in this hand. Thanks. Great. 176, 176, 176.
Where's Madeline?
She's on vacation for a couple weeks. I'm just the replacement. Would you hold this for just a second? I thought I saw a big envelope in here for 176. I should probably check my bag.
Here, shall we just put these here for the time being?
Thank you very much. You look very familiar to me, but I can't put my finger on it. Do I look familiar to you?
No, I can't say that you do.
Then where would I have seen you?
Well,
I don't forget a face, but sometimes I forget where I saw the face.
Maybe you saw...
Wait! Let's just check the name. That would be the tip-off. Hobart. Hobart. Hobart, wait. I've got it. You look just like my cousin, Chuck Dagger. He lives in Pittsburgh. Do you know him?
No.
I'm glad I figured that out. That would have bugged me all day. Okie doke. Here's your mail, Mr. Hobart, of number 176 Brook Street. I will see you tomorrow.
Hey there.
Hey, yourself.
Where's Nan?
Beth needed a ride to the mall. Nancy will be right back. Won't you be glad when Beth gets her driver's license?
Are you kidding? My child out there on the roads by herself?
Ah, well, your child asked me if she should look at cars with 6-cylinder engines when the time comes.
And she tells us not to worry.
That's nothing. Wait until she tells you not to wait up.
Yeah, Joe warned me about that.
How is Joe?
He's fine. Hey, did you know Sandra Copney when you worked with us?
Oh, yes. I was so happy to leave her behind when I quit.
Well, she's leaving.
For prison.
What was that story? About coffee?
The Battle of the Coffee Maker. She would finish off a pot of coffee and not make more. That is so rude. One day I reminded her very nicely to make another pot. She said she didn't know how. I offered to teach her. And she told me not to bother, because then she would have to do it. That's when I called her an arrogant little groundhog. I did. I said, "You arrogant little groundhog."
Well, the groundhog is leaving. Oh, excuse me. Hello? Oh, hi, Danny. What's up? Oh, yeah? Okay. I'll be right up. Plumbing problem.
Have a good time.
It wasn't dripping this morning.
It just started. Is there anything wrong with the water pressure?
Not that I've noticed.
I wouldn't have noticed this except that I'm trying to fall asleep. And the dripping drives me crazy. Well, it should be simple enough.
We would have fixed it, but it says in the lease not to repair anything ourselves.
That's right. I feel stupid calling you up for this. But trying to fall asleep, it was all I could hear. Don't worry. It's nothing a little tightening won't fix. Okay, first I'll take it apart and we'll examine it for cracks.
Is a crack causing it?
We won't know until we check. Maybe the washer is old or missing. Maybe. We'll check for that too. Now, is it turning clockwise that untightens it?
From above, counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. Wait.
What?
What? Listen. The dripping's gone. It stopped.
No more dripping faucet.
Well, that takes care of that.
Yeah. Thanks for coming up.
No problem. I'm glad I could help.
I enjoy work with my hands in general.
I did recently paint a cabinet door. Like I put the primer on and then the final coat, and it needs to be rehung.
Repairs, I would do painting, varnishing, fixing up furniture, old furniture, this type of thing. That's what I prefer. I've never built a table or a chair from scratch myself. That I would go out and buy.
You have a rough project, and then by the time you're done, you have a nice finished project, which actually makes you feel good about yourself, knowing that, I feel like I did it just as good as if I was going to pay somebody to do it. So I saved myself a lot of money, and I got a lot of satisfaction out of the completion.
Go ask a lot of questions, and just try it. And then if you make a mistake, then you can always call somebody in to help.
But what you can do inexpensively is do landscaping.
I have some handy friends who say, you can do that. So then I'll try things, but I would paint, and I've painted before, but a lot of other stuff I don't know if I'm up to. I think maybe I need more encouragement. My woodworker friend says he'll have me in his shop and he'll have me hammering nails, and I guess if he stands over me and shows me the right way, I will do it.
When it comes to landscaping in the yard, I wouldn't do it unless I got satisfaction.
No, I find it quite relaxing. I wouldn't do it if it was a real chore.
What's that statistic? I remember reading it years ago. If you look at what the human body is made of, the materials are worth about 17 cents.
It must be more now. We must be worth at least a couple of bucks.
Well, think about it. We're mostly water and some protein, right? Then there must be a mineral or two.
Sure, there are minerals. Some iron, some copper, but not much.
So you got some water and a couple of piles.
Joe, we're eating. Could you pick a topic that is a little more appropriate?
Uh-oh, we're being censored.
Some topics are better than others over dinner, honey.
Fine. Are there any other topics we should avoid?
Religion.
Sex.
Politics.
All the good stuff.
Come on, Joe.
Forget it, Nancy. Some people have no imagination.
We can have a very nice conversation about something else.
Like what?
Haircuts.
Flower arranging.
Modern dance.
How about knitting?
Please, we're eating.
I lost my appetite.
Would you mind if I cheated off you on the biology test?
Get a life.
I'm going to flunk it. I hate this DNA stuff. Who cares?
You're not going to flunk anything. We covered that whole section and you know it all.
You're lucky. You understand science. You get it right away.
Excuse me, who is the language expert? Who gets me through Spanish?
That's easy. This is hard. It's not fair. Just because colleges have these stupid requirements, we have to take subjects that we hate. Everybody knows they have to take 4 years of English, 3 years of math, 4 years of...
Jess, there isn't anyone who loves every subject. I really do want to study, okay?
I talked to somebody you know last night.
Who?
Stuart Bonnet.
What?
But I know you want to study. We can discuss it some other time.
Where did you see him, Justine?
At my brother's basketball game. He knows I know you.
What did you say? Because I will kill you if you said anything.
You know, I think we should review chapter 14.
Mr. Hobart, please feel free to elaborate on anything you like. I want this interview to feel like a conversation.
I'll do my best.
Heather Vallelo, WBNN, reporting from Richard Hobart's office, Thursday, October 12th. Richard Hobart, you're a highly respected and very popular attorney for the state.
Thank you.
Isn't that extremely unusual for a public employee?
I don't know. There are competent civil servants who do a good job. We don't hear very much about them in the media, though. It's too bad.
Sometimes the media discover a white knight. Is that how you feel?
No. I feel that people greatly appreciate when their concerns have been addressed.
Are you going to run for public office?
I'm not running anywhere at the moment.
All right. Are you considering entering a race?
I consider any good opportunity that comes across my desk. Don't you?
I certainly do. Who do you think your opponent will be?
Have I said no comment yet?
Not in so many words, but you're good. It's very difficult to get answers to some of my questions.
What can I say?
No comment, evidently.
We commute together from Medford Square. It's about 6 miles. 6 miles from here. Easy bus ride. Get on at the beginning of the bus line, get off at the end.
I come from Arlington, which is about 6 miles north. I walk about a mile to a bus stop. Just hop on the bus. It's about 15 minutes. Pretty easy.
I walk to the T station, I get on the train, and I go to South Station and then walk another 5 minutes to my office.
I took the subway from Boston, changed lines, and just a short, delightful little stroll in the beautiful morning.
It's beautiful to walk in the Back Bay and then on Charles Street. And the T is very quick. It's only 2 stops on the Red Line. Very convenient, very easy.
I live in Watertown. It's about 8 miles from here. It's in the suburbs. And I drive in every morning. And I park way down on Brattle Street. I have a parking permit that I'm very lucky to get.
Normally I drive to the city about 6.5 miles by car on a highway.
If I knew that I was going to be out very late at night, maybe I would bring the car so that I knew I could get home safely, but that's about all.
Public transportation isn't available on the route that I have to take to work.
This way I can stop at the cleaners on the way, and on the way home if I want to stop at the grocery store, I have the advantage of getting in and out of my car versus the bus.
It's very easy, it's very convenient. There are good programs on the radio. Sometimes I try to meditate as well as pay attention to the road and do some thinking.
I am exhausted. Are you?
We have been working almost 3 weeks without a break. We deserve a day off.
A day off? Ugh, honey, we don't have time for a nap.
Do you want another cup of coffee?
No, thanks. I've been drinking so much, it's losing its effect.
You know what? Forget the coffee, forget the nap. We need to get our blood moving. Come on, take deep breaths. Do you remember when I quit drinking coffee?
Yes. You were a monster.
Hey, I'd been drinking 6 cups a day when I quit. Then, when I had quit for 8 months, I started drinking it again. And those first cups, wonderful. It was almost worth quitting.
Please don't do it again. I can't take your withdrawal symptoms.
Let's try a little yoga.
Oh, God. What if we can't get out of these positions?
Take nice, deep breaths.
I can just hear it on the news. 2 Cambridge women had frozen in yoga positions when their husbands found them tonight.
Deep, cleansing breaths.
Doctors at Boston Hospital have been trying to unknot them for 6 hours.
Feel your energy.
Feel my energy? Nancy, I can't feel my legs.
My wife's not here right now. Are you sure she called?
Nancy Hobart, 176 Brook Street. Pick up 1 package for delivery to Samson Wall Coverings.
Sounds like her. I wish I knew where it is. I wish I knew what it is. Actually, I just wish she were here.
Well, look, she can call us back when she gets in.
No. Wait. Give me 1 minute. Here, take a quick look through that pile. Do you see anything that looks like it's getting sent out? A wrapped package. An address label. Do you have any idea what it is?
If only I did, mister. It could be anything, from an envelope to a really big box.
She's very organized in her own way. I just wish I understood her system.
Systems are very personal. One man's organization is another man's chaos.
Then, of course, there's just plain chaos.
Well, it's time I got going.
This isn't good.
What happened?
Hi, honey. This is the delivery person you called for. This is my wife, Nancy. I'm sure she'll be able to help you. I wish I could stay and chat some more, but I've got some, Bye.
Thanks.
Richard?
So what's wrong?
Danny's behaving very strangely.
What a surprise!
No, it's not the usual stuff.
Really? Well, if he's having a serious problem, he'll talk to you of all people.
Maybe not. He's not talking to me very much at all.
Michael, he's your best friend. If he doesn't come to you, you'll go ask him what the matter is, right?
What if I don't want to know?
Well, if you don't stop worrying about it, you'll go crazy. Just ask him.
He seems to be out a lot. I hardly see him at home anymore.
Michael, do you think it's me?
You?
Maybe I'm spending too much time at your apartment. You know, if you're not seeing anyone, it can be hard to have a couple around all the time.
He wants to get a pet.
See? That's it. He's a lonely guy. If I'm feeling like that, I won't talk to anybody either.
You're right. If he doesn't seem better soon, I'll talk to him.
Please let me wear the tux. Why is this costume necessary? Do you hear my last shred of dignity flying away? If somebody I know sees me doing this, I'm coming after you.
The buzz is you're going away. We can't help wishing you'd stay. We'll sure miss seeing your smile each day. And we wanted to thank you in every way. You're sweet, like honey from bees. On this we can agree. You're our favorite retiree. We hate to see you leave. We hate to see you leave.
To Blondie, on to bigger and better things.
Oh, there you go.